Clark the Shark. Written by Bruce Hale, illustrated by Guy Francis. Clark the Shark. In all the wide blue seas, in all the wide blue world, the top school for fish was Theodore Rosterfish Elementary. And of all the fish at Theodore Rosterfish, the biggest and the strongest was Clark the Shark. Clark loved school. He loved his teacher, Mrs. Inky Dink. He loved to play upsy-downsy and spin-a-majig with his friends. Clark loved his life. School is awesome, shouted Clark the Shark. Less shouting, more reading, said Mrs. Inky Dink. Lunchtime is sweet, yelled Clark the Shark. Munch your own lunch, said his best friend, Joey Mackerel. Recess rocks, bellowed Clark the Shark. You are playing rough, Clark, cried the other kids. Yes, Clark loved his life with all his sharky heart, but he loved everything way too much. He was too loud, he was too wild, he was just too much shark for the other fish to handle. After a while, no one would play with Clark. No one ate lunch with him, no one sat with him at circle time. Even his best friend Joey Mackerel said, "Cool your jets, Clark, you're making me crazy." One day, Clark asked Mrs. Inky Dink, "What's wrong with everyone?" Mrs. Inky Dink patted his fin. "Clark, sometimes you play too hard, you munch too hard, and gosh, you even help too hard." "But life is so exciting," said Clark. "There's a time and a place for everything," said Mrs. Inky Dink, "and sometimes the rule is stay cool." At recess, Clark tried to stay cool, but he pushed the swing with too much zing. "Sorry," said Clark, "I forgot." "Yikes!" cried Joey Mackerel. At lunch, Clark tried to stay cool, but everything smelled so good that he munched a bunch of lunches. "Sorry," said Clark, "I forgot." "We're starving," said his friends. In class, Clark tried to stay cool, but a good book got him all shook up. "Now, Clark," said Mrs. Inky Dink, "this isn't the time or the place. Tell me what's the rule." "Stay cool," said Clark. "Hey, that rhymes," he cried. Then Clark got a big idea in his sharky head. "Maybe if I make a rhyme, I'll remember every time," he thought. The next day, he put his plan to work. In class, when lessons got exciting, Clark wanted to bounce up out of his seat. Instead, he told himself, "When teacher's talking, don't go walking." And what do you know? It worked. "Attaboy, Clark," said Mrs. Inky Dink. Clark smiled. Lessons are fun. At lunch, everything smelled so yummy. When Clark wanted to eat and never stop, he told himself, "Only munch your own lunch." And it worked again. "Way to go, Clark," said his friends. Clark grinned. Lunch is fun. I like these rhymes. Do you like rhymes? Remember, rhymes when the ending sound of the words are the same. Let's see if we can figure out what the rhyme will be here. At playtime, Clark told himself, "Easy does it, that's the way." So we're going to rhyme with way. "Then my friends will let me play." And playtime was fun. Once more, Clark loved his life. But then a shadow fell across the playground. A ginormous shadow with tentacles galore. "It's a new kid and he looks scary," cried Joey Mackerel. "Swim for your lives." The squid squashed the slide and it snapped off the swings. "Oops, my bad," said the new kid. That is a giant squid. "Wait," said Clark, "he just wants to play. Let's find a way." And he swam at the new kid with all his might. Clark played harder than he ever had before. Upsy-downsy and spin-a-majig. Why, he even made up a new game called Tell Wumpathumps. "Wow, that was fun," said the new kid breathlessly. He settled down. "If you want to come to school, you've got to stay cool," said Clark. "That's right, Clark," said Mrs. Inky Dink. "And thanks for taking care of our new classmate, Sid the Squid." "Hooray for Clark the Shark!" everyone cheered. That night, Clark's mother asked, "What did you learn at school, dear?" "There's a time and place for everything," Clark said. "Sometimes you stay cool. But sometimes a shark's gotta do what a shark's gotta do." Awesome. Thanks for reading Clark the Shark with me. So did you see? That's his little brother. He's throwing his little brother in the air. I like Clark the Shark. Sometimes we have to stay cool. There's a time and place for everything. There's a time to run and jump and yell. There's a time to sit quietly and pay attention and listen. I am so glad you guys are in my class because you know when it's time to sit and listen for our Zoom meetings. And you know when it's time to work and pay attention to your work. I hope you're listening to your learning coaches, remembering there's a time and a place for running and jumping, and a time and a place for staying cool and playing calm. I'll see you later.